Okay, I think we're live.
We're live? How exciting! How exciting, how exciting. So wait, we're just gonna cue ourselves up so that we can see ourselves. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Is that us? Hey! Hey, everybody, what's up?
All right.
Okay, so just to kind of, if you've never gone live on YouTube before, just to give you a little bit of advice, at the bottom of your screen, underneath all of these suggested videos, is your chat. If you click there, it'll pull your chat up to the top so that you can live chat with us as we're going live and talking about this topic. So, today's topic.
What do you do when you have a business and your family is not supportive?
Ooh, this is a hot button issue for us because we have a business and we have a family. So
Just like many of everybody else that has a business. Okay. So the first one is what do you consider support? When you have a business and when you're first starting a business, you want your family to support you. You want your family to buy things from you. You want your family to spread the word. You want your family to what else? Share your business, share your website, share your products, whatever you do, tell people.
I think that's the first things they say is, my family doesn't support me. I don't know how to get my family to support me. And I ask them, what do you consider support? And overwhelmingly, they expect their family to purchase their products, to utilize their services, to tell all of their friends and family about it, to share their website with their family. Those type of things is what we typically consider support from our family, and continuous support.
Make their Facebook page, make their Facebook cover their business logo.
Absolutely. I've seen that as well. And I don't know, like, would you, if you didn't have a business, would you make your, let's say your sister, would you make your sister's business your cover photo if you didn't have a business?
You know, that's a good question. I probably would for a little bit. I wouldn't leave it, but you know, I would talk to my sister, get some information, see what she's doing. Then after I get all the information and you know, get pumped about what she's doing, yeah, I would put her stuff up there. Hey, everybody, check on my sister. She's doing this, she's doing that. You know.
I don't think I would.
Not everybody's like that.
I'm one of those horrible family members that doesn't support people. I don't see myself like going that extra step. Like, I have family members have businesses, and I usually like share their posts if I see it. But I don't find myself making a post for them. But if they post something, I'll share it. Mm-hmm. But I don't see myself like specifically like shouting them out or making a post about them. Mm-hmm. And I have a couple of family members that have businesses, so I really should step my game up and support them more.
Okay, so what do you think some of the reasons why being the family member that doesn't support? What do you think some of the reasons why family members don't support you or don't support businesses?
Let's talk about it. We've got 10 reasons. We've got 10 reasons. Narrator, what is reason number one that your family may not be supporting you?
Reason number one is they don't fully understand what you do.
Oh, this is a big one. This is huge. It makes sense that you would think your family understands what you do because you are probably talking about your business all the time, but they really don't. They really don't know what you do.
Right, exactly. Let's say my business, for instance. When I first started, I was just a photographer, or I was not just a photographer, but I was in the photography business and doing graphic design. So I could not just say I was a photographer because, as many photographers know, there are different aspects of photography: wedding, model, family portraits, studio, outdoor, and not every photographer, sports photography, but not every photographer can get transition well. Me myself, I'm a studio photographer. I don't do sports well. Um, so I can't expect my family to, let's say, if there's someone that wants to take pictures and they want to do underwater. Not underwater.
Yeah, absolutely underwater. We know photographers who do that.
Of course, but I'm saying they want to do. They specialize in polo or whatever. What is that?
Water polo?
Yeah, water polo.
Okay.
So first of all, that's water. Second of all, that's sports. Not me.
Right. But we know someone who specifically only does sports photography, and we hired him for a corporate event to do event photography, and it was horrific. It was the worst pictures I'd ever seen.
Right.
So, you really want to make sure that your family fully understands what you do, but not only that, understanding your target market. If you have a intimacy company, because those are really popular. I remember when Bedroom Candy came out and a lot of the passion party type of thing. Do you really want her promoting your business to the lady at the church, or maybe her boss? You have to understand that there's going to be opportunities for them to share your message, and there's not going to be opportunities for share your message. So it may not happen all the time.
And speaking of lady at the church, just because you're an event planner doesn't mean you do church events. You may only do corporate events, like she does.
Or you don't do weddings,
right?
You only do weddings.
Or you only do weddings.
Yeah. And you want to make sure that they understand what your niche is.
Fully understand, so that way they can not just really explain to someone, but if someone asks them a question or if they pick up on a conversation, they don't just say, "Oh, my so and so does that. He has a camera, or they plan this, or they sing." But they might not sing at weddings. They may only do background singing. They may only do gospel singing. You never know.
And we have people all the time who just assume they understand what we do, and then we have to kind of pull back and say, thank you very much for referring us to that person, but that's not really what we do. And so it kind of becomes counterintuitive. Reason two, that your family may not be supporting you. Your business is not professional, or you have poor quality products.
Ooh, that hurts.
That hurt right there.
That
That's right there.
Uh-huh.
Ow. Is your business janky?
Yeah.
You know if your business is janky. Let's just we're not gonna put on airs. We're gonna put all egos on the table, and we're just gonna ask yourself. Tap your neighbor. Neighbor, is your business janky? Do you have the things that you need to actually run a business? If my husband was an electrician, but he had not ever gone to electrician school, didn't have an electrician license, could he then be mad at Aunt Betty for not referring him to her coworker who wants to put up new lights outside of her house?
Because her coworker just bought her house, and Aunt Betty don't want to pay for it when he burn it down.
Let's just keep it real. Okay, so if you know that you have not done the things that you need for your business, like a shade tree mechanic, you may technically know how to change brakes in a car. You may technically know how to change oil. But that doesn't mean that anyone is going to refer people to you when they know that you have not gone to mechanic school. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Is it called mechanic school?
I don't think it's called mechanic school, but yeah, there's mechanic school.
Go to school for what you... If you are required to be licensed for something, go to school for that. If you are a home chef and you are not following the Texas cottage laws or the laws within what your state requires for you to be home chef, or a cake decorator. I love calling them pastry chefs because they do amazing work. But if you have rats in your house and your house is roach infested, is that really the best avenue for you? And do you really think the people who've been to your house and know that you have 40 cats are going to refer people to you?
Right. And sometimes,
hey Kim,
the material that you have, your business material, like business cards, flyers, brochures, things of that nature, even t-shirts, websites. You need those things, but that does not necessarily make your business unjanky. So, for instance, I'll give you kind of example for both. If if you want your family to promote you and push you, you print out on your computer some paper and cut them in fours.
We know someone who did this. We know someone who did this.
And cut them,
manually cut them.
And they're like crooked.
Yes.
And they're on like typing paper.
Heidi.
And you expect your family members to, hey, pass these out for me if you know somebody that needs this and that.
But it was on pretty gold sparkly paper.
So, no. Invest in your business. But on the flip side, you, like she said, you can't be a shade tree person or have your friends come over your house and your house is always dirty, but you have these beautiful business cards printed and, hey, I do catering. No, you don't. That's your friend's first. No, I'm not finna. In the back of their mind, no, I'm not finna refer anybody to you
until she gets rid of those other 39 cats.
Exactly.
I'm gonna briefly talk about a lady who used to bring delicious cheesecakes to our job, and one day she asked me if I wanted a kitten, and of course I love cats. I'm a cat person. No offense to dog people, but I love cats. So I said yes. I went to her house, and she literally had like 40 cats in her living room chilling, and on the table was a bowl of cheesecake batter, and the cat is just helping himself. And so I'm you know me, fix your face, and I'm just like in shock and awe. And she goes, yeah, that's so and so, and he loves my cupcakes and my cheesecakes just as much as you guys do. And in my head, I'm like, I've eaten these cheesecakes.
Not anymore.
So if you want your family to support what you have going on, make sure whether you are an electrician, whether you are a shade tree mechanic, whether you do hair out of your house, all of these things need license, regulation, health department codes, those kind of things. We want to make sure that you have those things in place in order to make sure that the person who's referring you, their reputation is intact. Because the worst thing you want is for them to refer you to somebody. They have to see Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and you screwed them over.
There's nothing wrong with a starting point. Everybody has to start. Everybody has to start somewhere. But you can't expect, 2 weeks into your business for everyone to just jump on your bandwagon and your whole family go out and get you clients or go out and refer people to you. So, what's number 3?
Number 3? Okay. Number 3, they have had a bad experience with you. A lot of this usually happens when you're first starting your business and you don't have your customer service in order, you don't have your process and some procedures in place, and maybe they ordered something from you or utilized your services and you didn't really follow through, or you didn't give them the quality of service or quality of product that they were expecting, and they feel like, she doesn't have her crap together. And what they don't realize is you've moved past that and you have developed procedures and policies and your customer service is now on point.
And that's just you getting the kinks out of your business and your process.
But they're still remembering the time that you brought them a shirt and it looked like Gordon Gartrell. They're never gonna let you live past that. Like they're just not. So
or maybe it's a non-business related issue or incident to where, like we said, like we just gave an example, your friends come over your house every time and they have to kick stuff out of the way to walk or push stuff out of the way to sit down, but you want to plan plan their their, not their wedding, but their baby shower or something like that, or you want them to refer people to plan, because you're an event planner or event coordinator.
But they feel like you're a screw up. Like we all have these people in our family,
mm-hmm.
the black sheep they call it, or the family screw up. And you, even though that person is trying to get their crap together and get themselves on task, you still don't trust that person because they are the family screw up.
Right.
You know.
Right. All right, number 4.
Number 4. They don't take you seriously as a business owner. You're just little tutu from. They remember changing your diapers. Like, you're not a grown up. Quit acting like you're. I know you're 45. You're still not. You're still your auntie's baby. You're still not a grown up. They don't trust that you know what you're doing.
Wow. You used to change your diapers.
And they'll throw that in your face like that's a bad thing. You were supposed to change my diapers. You're my auntie. Like what?
But it can go back to what was that, number 2, with not
having your marketing
together,
materials
right.
in place and not really preparing yourself for business. Not having, can I put this out there? Not having a professional voicemail on your phone. Oh my gosh, yes. Forever people would call him. It would just say, "You've reached blah 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 blah." Like, can you say you reached Cedrick so and so with this company, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. We're helping a client right now, and we'll get right to you and call you right back.
Don't y'all call my phone to see. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway,
that's what we're doing today. We're pretending like we're professional today. That's what we're doing. We're putting the front on for the people. Don't front for the people. Do not front for the people.
Wait till after the show, it'll say it. Anyway.
See, I refuse to record his voicemail message because that's not my place. Like, my voicemail message, that was nice.
Number 5.
Wait. Another thing that could be a hindrance for you in not looking professional is not having a professional website. Sometimes it's easier for your family to say, "Oh yeah, you should hire my cousin. This is his website," and they kind of feel like they've kind of taken their hands off the process. But if they're having to like connect you with that person, do phone tag, be an intermediary, that's more work than what it's really worth.
Yeah. When
they could just slip them a business card or just gave them your flyer or make it easy for them. Don't make it hard for them. People are not, can I say lazy? People are lazy. It's a microwave society. They want to make it easy for them.
We don't want to go through all those steps.
We don't want to go through all those steps. Make it easy for me.
Make it very easy.
Have a website. Give me a business card I can pass around.
Right. Because you going through this person to that person, relaying messages.
Kim, hold him accountable. Be his accountability partner. Hey, where'd my drinks go?
Well, that's what you get.
I lost my drinks. I'll be right back. I need a drink.
Anyway, when you're starting out, you can't just, like we said, you can't come out of the gate professionally. You can't come out of the gate looking like you've been doing it for 15 years. That's what everybody wants from you, but you can't. First of all, financial wise.
That's unrealistic expectations.
It's unrealistic expectations.
People want you to look like Foley's.
Mm-hmm.
Is there even still a Foley's? People want you to look like Macy's.
There you go.
And you've been in business 3 weeks.
Right.
That's just not going to happen.
But you can plan out your business and plan out step by step to get to that point. Because, like you said, shirts don't happen overnight.
Right. And they look so nice. Shout out to our t-shirt guy.
Right.
We love
exactly. Business cards don't happen overnight. Website doesn't happen overnight.
I think the website's usually the last thing. Usually you'll do like a Facebook page or Instagram, just to kind of get your feet out there and kind of, kind of put your toes in the water and see. But that's a major investment. Like there's people charging, $2,000 for a website, and if you've only been in business of less than 6 months, that may not be something that you can afford to do right now. So we'll talk later on in the talk a little bit about what other options you may have to get you to that point.
Right. Number 6.
We're not 6.
Number 6. Number 5.
Number 5.
There you go.
Numero 5.
They don't feel comfortable selling.
I have business owners who I counsel who tell me that they don't feel comfortable selling. If they're selling their own product and they don't feel comfortable cold calling. They don't feel comfortable randomly going to salons and say, hey, I have this natural hair care product. I would like you to put it in my salon. That was a huge issue for Cedrick as well. I have a sales background. I worked in sales for many, many, many years, and I took sales classes monthly within the corporation that I worked for. So sales has always been second nature to me. I've been doing sales since I was 18. So for me, cold calling people and getting hung up on, it's like, yeah, that's just part of the process. That's very intimidating for a lot of people.
I don't like rejection. She can talk walrus out of the water. I can't do that. I don't like when you tell me no, my whole world shattered. My feelings are hurt. I'm going in the room. I ain't gonna cry, but I'm gonna watch TV and be pissed off.
He gonna cry.
But no, and also because I'm an introverted person, I have learned to step outside of my comfort zone and step outside of my shell, which is this right here. You can get me on cameras talking about anything, let alone my business, my personal stuff, anything. You couldn't. No.
I make him better.
I don't do it.
He's a movement by himself, but we're a force. We're together. I make him better. Just in case you were wondering.
They gonna sue us for copyright.
Okay, so people hate to sell because they feel like they're being pushy. I mean, we can't even get people to do their kids' fundraisers for school. Ooh. So how do you think you're going to get people to talk them into hiring you and paying $2,000 for you to do their wedding planning? Right. Like, it's just not going to happen. And there's more than likely going to be a breakdown there because they don't know how to close that deal.
Yeah. And they don't want to say the wrong thing to mess you out of your business.
Right. So there's a lot of hesitation there. Mm-hmm. They're really worried about, am I going to say the right thing? Am I going to quote the right price? Am I going to offer the right services? So what they normally will say is, oh yeah, my niece does this. My cousin does that. But then they say something like, oh, I'll hook you up with them. And then the sales process never gets completed. Right, exactly. So what you want to make sure, we're going to do this again today? This is where we're going again today? I'm sorry, it's allergy season. So you want to make sure that you are giving them the tools that they need to be able to complete that sales process. And we'll talk about it. So we'll talk more about that.
Right. Okay.
Right. Number 6.
Yeah.
This is the latest in a long line of failed businesses that you've had. Are you a serial entrepreneur? Do you have a different business every 6 months? Do you often get bored and switch to something new? Join the Charley Club.
Not necessarily a get rich quick scheme, but a scheme nonetheless.
Are you doing pyramid schemes and selling overpriced things and trying to recruit people? Yeah. That's a huge turn off for people. And I know, because I am a serial entrepreneur. I will start a business, make my money, and move on so quick. And people are like, wait, wasn't you just selling hair care products? Wasn't you just a makeup artist? Wait, I thought you were an event planner. Wait, what do you mean now you're doing this? What do you mean now you're doing that? What do you mean you're doing Spanish classes? What do you mean you're teaching art? What do you mean you're a photo editor?
People don't know what to tell people when they ask what you do. I don't know.
I do everything. You gonna pay me for it? It's a job.
Yeah, so I mean, and you know, it's I won't say it's a bad thing.
It's a horrible thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
It is horrible.
It in certain situations. If you keep jumping and jumping and jumping,
yes,
then yes. Or if you're like the fast money get rich quick, then yes, that's a bad thing. You have to stick with something. But like me and you, we had to go through several changes and several things to find our niche, to find what we liked.
I feel like I was the victim of the myth of the multiple streams of income.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, well, millionaires have 7 streams of income, but what they don't realize is that millionaire is not running any of those businesses. He's overseeing other people run his business. He's not tapping into every single business and making sure that, he's, clocking in and being a part of every intricate detail of 7 businesses.
Mm-hmm.
You really just can't do that and be effective. Mm-hmm. Now, if you are a crafter like me and a couple of my friends.
I thought you said you were a event planner.
I'm a crafter too. I love to craft. I'm a crafter, and I didn't turn my craft business into a business because I really wanted it to be a hobby. But I know a lot of crafters who do a lot of different types of crafts. They do t-shirts, they do mugs, they do flowers and all kinds of stuff, and then they're pushing all these different varied things out, from jewelry to what have you. And it can be confusing to people because they don't know what exactly, going back to the first point, they really don't know what you do. And so they don't know if you are doing that this week, or you're doing photography this week, or what you're into. So it's harder for them, and they just feel like you're not going to stick with it. So we're not going to take the time and energy to even really invest in what you're doing, because you're not going to be doing it for long.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep, it does. So, one of the things you can kind of, if you are that person and you're, you back?
We're back?
Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
Cool.
Hey! Sorry about that, guys. We're having technical difficulties. Okay, ready?
Yeah. All right. So, excuse me. What was I saying? If you are kind of a serial entrepreneur and you jump from business to business, it will probably be in your best interest to find out or to get your niche, figure out what you're good at, and then tell your family, hey, this is what I do now. I like this, and really talk it up. I think I'm going to stay in this area,
right?
And wait a couple of months or a while before you actually get your family involved, because they, you told them plenty of times, okay, this is what I'm doing now. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And they're like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Yeah. You'll be selling pigs next week. So, get into the business that you are comfortable with, that you like and that you love, and get your process down, get your material together, and get yourself together.
Right.
Then you can hand all that over to your family, sit them down. Hey,
do a presentation.
Oh man, yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
I love that idea.
Exactly.
Of telling, kind of showing the products and what you do, and giving that information to them.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
A sense of entitlement. Ooh.
You think that they are obligated to support you, but they're not.
Right.
They're not. So you posting really ugly, crappy, posts on social media, telling people your family doesn't support you, they're not about crap, strangers are better than your family, and
oh yeah,
I don't think that's the best channel to go about trying to get support from your family if you're constantly talking crap about them.
Right. And even if you're not talking crap about them, but if you're not posting on Facebook, but if you on the phone or every time you see your family or you see that person, you're constantly saying, my business. Oh, well, can you refer somebody? You should be referring people to me. Why haven't you referred? Why haven't you bought this? Or why haven't you done this? Or why? Because they don't feel comfortable doing that with you. You're getting on their nerves. You have to kind of, well, so it's bothering me about it. I don't like your t-shirts. I don't want to take pictures. I don't want you to plan anything for me. And it's not, sometimes it's not just rude, but it's not just like, I don't want to do it with you, but I don't want that right now.
Right.
When I am ready to take that on with you, then I will. Right. But you constantly pushing it on me.
And badgering me.
And yes, it's going to turn me off for good.
Right.
And if this is the way that you're going to act before I do business with you, imagine what you're going to be like while I'm doing business with you.
Wow. Okay.
So.
Number 8.
They think they're supporting you.
Okay, this is huge. So you have a company. When you first started, maybe they bought stuff from you and did things for you and kind of was a little bit more supportive, or did maybe purchase your products when you first started and now they're not anymore. And then you feel like they're not supporting you, but they feel like they did because they helped you get started.
Mm-hmm.
Or they loaned you your light bill money when you first were starting and you really didn't have a whole lot of money. They feel like they have supported you. And you're walking around disgruntled because you feel like your family's not supporting you, and they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Like, I let you sleep on my couch for 3 months while you got your business started. Like, that is support. Like, I don't have to buy crap now. I did what I was supposed to do.
Exactly.
And so you really can't expect people to be a continuous support. At some point, you got to step away from that and move past your immediate sphere of influence in order to be successful.
And also, going back to kind of what we were saying about them, or your family telling people about you and selling, they may be telling people about you. They may be when ear hustling into conversations. Oh, my so and so does this. My so and so does that, and then they may not have a business card to give you. Oh, let me write down their number, and numbers get lost.
Right. Or the sales cycle doesn't complete.
Right. The sales cycle.
So you think they're not referring people to you, but they are.
Right.
And maybe just not in the way that's really productive, and so you're not seeing it. You're gonna have to bring our notes closer because I'm not wearing my glasses and I can't see. Yeah.
So and that kind of ties back with having materials for people to promote you, and letting people or giving people or the verbiage is what I'm looking for. The verbiage for the verbiage, to have that complete circle. You tell them, hey, if somebody asks you this and you want to refer me or whatever, say this, and if they say this, say this.
You have to train them. You have to train them. Yes, because if you don't, then it's completely useless and pointless for them to refer people to you and they don't know what to say, how to get you two in contact with each other. You can't expect them to like have all of your contact details memorized, because most people don't even have people's phone numbers memorized anymore like we used to. So you're going to have a way for them to effectively and easily get in touch with you. And we'll talk more about that a little bit. Number 9 is jealousy.
Ooh.
Maybe they're not supporting you because they're jealous of you.
Oh.
Maybe you're living this extravagant lifestyle and they're really looking like they hate their job, and you're living a life that they've always wanted, and they're mad salty about it. I know people who, they have their business and they're living in, $400,000 or $500,000 houses, and I'm sure their family may not be too happy about where they've gone, especially considering they're making that money doing something creative in the arts. they're looking at like that's not even a real job and they're making more money than me, or they're just YouTube people. How are they getting these $1 million endorsement deals? That can be very, very unsettling for people who are working a really crappy job.
And let's not even take it to the $1 million and the 400 big houses and big cars. Sometimes, like you say, working a crappy job, if you're supporting your family and paying your bills off of what you're doing, self-employed, work from home, and they have to go to a 9 to 5 and take crap, they're going to be pissed off at you.
Or if you've been becoming a household name, and you're getting a celebrity status in your immediate area, and they may feel like, well, what's so special about her?
Right.
Or it could be your spouse who doesn't like the idea that you're getting a lot of attention from people not only of the same sex but of the opposite sex, and they may start to feel like they need to sabotage what you have going on because your business is really taking off, and they're not seeing the financial benefits of it. They're just seeing it as he keep looking good as his personal training company, and hot chicks are gonna start trying to, yeah.
Exactly.
Here, honey, have a piece of cake. You don't really need to lose weight. Lose weight for what?
Anyway. Number 10.
They may have an old-fashioned mindset. I mean, we know that it used to be that you got a job at the post office, you worked there for 25 years, you retired, got your gold watch, and you sat down somewhere on your Social Security,
lived off your pension,
and live off of your pension. Well, the problem with that is there is no more pension, and there is no more retirement, and Social Security, if the government has their way, won't be around much longer. And people, especially millennials, are finding new, innovative, creative ways of making money. And I wouldn't say our generation, but the baby boom generation doesn't get that. Right. They don't understand why anyone would want the up and down, like we said in our last episode, feast or famine of a business. You really should go try to find you a good job somewhere and have stability, because they didn't have stability, especially people who were a little bit older. They went through the Great Depression. The idea of not having secure income and not having a savings account and not having something tucked away for a rainy day is just more than they could even bear. Like, that's like the craziest thing. Like, why would you do that?
What are you doing?
Right, right.
So oftentimes you'll hear, I don't know why you're doing that. You need to go find your job. You need to go, search on, Indeed or whatever. You need to go. Yeah. You need to, so-and-so is hiring.
And that can be very discouraging when you're first starting your business. If you have people constantly telling you, this is never going to amount to anything, and you need to really consider what's most important.
But you could be making more than enough to support your family, to support. In the beginning, maybe not.
But it's hard to get past that first little hump. Because when you're first starting, you probably don't have a lot of clients, and you probably don't have a lot of revenue coming in. And a lot of the revenue that you have, you're putting back into your business, either for products or equipment or what have you. So the very beginning, you're not really seeing much profit from your business, and your family's not seeing much profit from your business. They're seeing that you're struggling. So they're just like, well, just go get a job. Like, why are you wasting your time doing this? This is stupid.
Right. But, the time and the effort and the sweat and tears you put into your family, into your business, and that also goes along with others being jealous. They don't see you staying up at night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, packaging up products to ship them out for the next day. They don't see you up at night editing film. They don't see you up at night heat pressing or screen printing this t-shirt, or making arranging plans for this event or whatever. They don't see that. So they can't necessarily say, excuse me, I'm jealous of you, or you need to get a job, because this is my job.
Right.
My return is greater than me going 45 minutes to a job in the morning, or to a place in the morning, working 8 hours a day, them talking to me crazy, coming home frustrated in a hour and a half drive home, having to make dinner for the kids, having to get the kids ready, and only have an hour to sit down before I gotta go to sleep, and do it all again.
That is for me, that's like the epitome of a slow death.
Yeah.
Everyone knows we live way out in the middle of nowhere, in the boonies, in the suburbs. And I would drive an hour and a half to get to work, and sometimes 2 hours to get home. And I think about that. In other states, we would literally be 2 states over.
Right.
In the amount of time it took me to get home from work. And I just thought about that. Is that really what I want? And is this really the lifestyle that I want to live? And what could I do at 4 hours or 3.5 hours of my day? In 3.5 hours, I could do a workout regimen. I could be spending time with my kids. I could be picking up my 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th language. I could be doing a lot of things that I was not able to do before because I had a commute. Now, working from home and remote working is becoming more and more popular in corporate America because they're understanding that that is a better quality of life. But a lot of people in old-fashioned mindset are not going to see the benefit of you working from home, and they're not going to see the benefit of you stepping out on faith and having your own business. So what we're going to talk about next is they are not going to support you. Because if 1, they're not obligated to support you. 2, they don't know how to support you. And 3, until you step outside your comfort zone and stop selling to those same 30 people within your sphere of influence, you're never going to take your business to the next level. It's not until you start selling to strangers. It's not until people start finding you through just regular random Google searches that you're not going to be able to take your business to that next level. Right. So we're going to transition from why they're not supporting you to F them. We don't need them to support you. Let me tell you how to get your business to the next level.
You can do it yourself.
You can support yourself.
And not saying anything bad about your family.
Your family is not going to do it, baby. Move on.
Right. But this is your job.
Yes.
This is your business, your lifestyle right now. So until you get your lifestyle and your business down, they can't help you. So cut that tie with you thinking your family is supposed to, needs to, or should. Move that aside. Okay, now, number 1. How can you get more clients? How can you get your business going? How can you get noticed? By advertising.
It costs money to make money. And in today's day and age, there are so many avenues for advertising your business. And we're going to talk about quite a few of these outside of the box advertising ideas. But get it out of your mind that you don't need to advertise, and get it out of your mind that the only thing you need to do is promote yourself on social media. That is not effective advertising. You cannot take your business to the next level if the only thing you're doing is talking about it on social media. That is not going to work. You have to take a step above that and move past that. Move, what we said earlier, you're going to have to move outside of your comfort zone. Let me give myself as a for instance. I have a lot of people who are event planners. Are you calling corporations in your area and asking them if you can be on their list, on their preferred vendor list? Asking them, hey, you guys have, corporate retreats, corporate parties coming up. We would like to partner with you. Can I have a sit-down meeting with you? Put together a proposal for them. Take them gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, we had so many vendor gifts when I worked in various aspects of business. I used to work in the apartment industry. Painters, make-ready people, carpet cleaners will come by and bring us gifts and bring us their business card. Cold calling, getting out of your house and going and seeing the businesses that you want their business. That is completely free. We would literally get like a mug with their company name on it and candy stuffed into it and their business card attached. Hey, if you need a new carpet guy, consider Pedro's Carpets. We would love to come out and do your carpets for you. Mm-hmm. Can you do that? If not, you may want to reconsider having a business because you have to be able to get out of your comfort zone. And you are not going to be able to go and pay $3,000 or $4,000 a month for a billboard. You're not going to be able to go pay $3,000 or $4,000 a month for an ad in the newspaper. Mm-hmm. You are going to have to move away from those traditional things because you're just getting started. Mm-hmm. But everybody can get a mug with a cute little slogan on it, some candy, and a business card attached to it.
Exactly. What someone, and I think I'm gonna steal this idea. Someone told me, he was what he was thinking about doing was going online, finding flash drives wholesale, putting his information on the flash drive, and getting them custom getting the name of
That's a great idea.
Of his website on the flash drive.
That's a great idea.
And just start handing them out.
That's a great idea.
I was like, that is an awesome idea.
Yeah, it's outside of the box thinking. What is something that some people are going to keep? What are things that people are going to remember? Having that personal pitch. Get yourself in the mirror and pitch to yourself. It's really, really important that you are succinct in your sales pitch, that you know exactly what you're going to say, and understand that you're going to get ran off. You're going to get kicked out. You're going to be told, go away. We don't want to talk to you. But in sales, we say every 10 no's equals 1 yes. So you're going to be told no 10 times before you're told yes. But you have to keep holding on for your yes.
Got to get your britches on.
It's having a 10 or 15% closing ratio is not unusual. As you get better at it, you will get to your 20% closing ratio, your 30% closing ratio, but it takes time to get there. Mm-hmm. And it takes dedication, being okay with people telling you no, being okay with people slamming the phone in your face, being okay with rejection.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of leads into number 2, it kind of slides all together, but another form of advertising, which is number 2, is referrals.
Yes.
There's several different ways to refer. You can tell somebody, hey, my business is so and so. If you know someone that needs whatever, tell them. Or you can have coupons printed. Go into a store. Let's say you do what's it called? Embroidery. Mm-hmm. You do embroidery. Why not go to the companies to I just blanked out.
Well, he's thinking of his thought. Let me move forward. Okay, so one of the things that I have found has always been very helpful is having referral fees. Hey, if you refer someone to me, here's a $50 gift card. Here's a $25 Starbucks card. Here's a $10 Starbucks card. Depending on what your comfort level is. $5 Starbucks card would get them a Starbucks, and that's something that's like, hey, I just want to thank you for referring someone to me. But the way to get word of mouth referrals is providing exceptional service. People are going to refer you when they are really excited about what you do, but also when you've done a great job for them. Right. The first thing someone's going to say is, if you need your kitchen remodeled, you need to talk to this guy because he did mine and he did a phenomenal job.
Exactly.
Word of mouth can make or break a company. I know people say that all the time, but people are more likely to give negative referrals than positive ones. Right. So you have to give them the incentive to give you a positive referral. Ask for testimonials. Ask them to write a review for you on your website, or have them, write a review for you, and you can screenshot it and put it on whatever stream you have, whether it's your Facebook page, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever you got going on for your business.
You acting like me now.
I know. on the internet, on the interwebs.
And also business to business referral. I have several business referral. Actually, the company that made our shirts, we have a thing going where if someone needs t-shirts, and I designed the logo, where can I get a t-shirt printed? I know it. I know exactly the place. And he doesn't do design. I do design.
So that's a good partnership. That's a good partnership.
Exactly. So if you if you know people that are in the industry, or kind of other areas that you may need or that you know of, refer people. Hey, if you refer people to me, I'll give you so and so, or we can go in on this, or whatever. Business. It's
important to have referral partners.
Yeah.
And there's even some groups that you can find on Facebook, if you're in multi-level marketing, that you guys have referral partnerships. Join some of those groups. Now, don't pay to join these groups. Find you some free referral partner groups. And if you can't find one, make one. There's nothing like having your own audience. Get you, if you're doing Mary Kay, find you 4 or 5 other ladies who are in other industries who are all kind of getting started, and you guys can refer people to each other. The online parties are real popular right now, but you kind of pay sometimes $15 or $20 to get into them. Make one for yourself. Hey, you and your 4 or 5 friends get together, make you an event, and post your stuff in it, and invite people to the event. Hey, would you like lipstick? Hey, would you like a new scarf? Would you like this? Like this? Blah, blah, blah. Get you some referral partners. It's so vital. If you are in event planning and you don't know a DJ, a cake lady, a caterer, a photographer, if you don't know people in your industry, then you completely missed the boat. It's so important. When we were in the wedding industry, we could have told you 8 photographers, 8 caterers, laundry list of people in our industry that we could refer people, and they would do the same to us. It was very, very important for you to have a web of people in your industry that you can go back and forth and refer.
And if you don't get that business, then you can't get mad at them, because everybody has their specific taste and their specific look. You may not be that person's look or specific taste, but there may come a person that likes what you do. So that business is for you. You don't want to go outside of what you do, because it's not going to be in your comfort zone. And if it's not in your comfort zone, it's going to frustrate the mess out of you. And it's probably not going to come out like the customer wants it to. And you're going to have problems. But, still try to go outside your comfort zone. I'm not saying don't ever do it, but don't experiment on a customer.
Right. Yeah. Experiment on the friends and family that don't refer people to you anyway. So those are the perfect people that you're like, hey, I know you're not gonna really buy anything from me, so can you test out this new tea that I made? Tell me if it tastes nasty or not. That's how you utilize those family members.
Exactly, and that kind of goes into outside the box thinking and outside the box marketing. Right. If you have a certain thing that you're wanting to market, or you have a certain product that you want to kind of get out, but you don't want to be like the norm, like you say, you don't want to put an ad in the paper, or you want to kind of be noticed. You can't afford to
put an ad in the paper. Get that out of your mind.
Oh man. Jesus Christ.
You're not there yet.
Oh man. So wear t-shirts.
Oh my goodness, when we first got these shirts, every single place we went, people would stop us and ask us what Artist Loft Media is and what we do. And we actually got quite a few customers from it. And it was just so simple. Like, we would never think that just wearing a t-shirt with our website on the back would bring us people, but it really did. And it's a great conversation starter.
One thing she advised me to do, which I thought I didn't think it was stupid, but I was like, I don't really want to have that.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Oh, okay. All right.
Number 3. We're right here. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to make sure that we stay within our time frame, so we're making sure we're staying pretty close to our time. Another great thing is reviews. This is so important. Not only testimonials on your website, because that's something that you really, really should be fighting for, but also Google reviews. Yelp reviews, Facebook reviews, all of those things. People typically are bandwagon decision makers, which means they're going to want to be where everybody else is. And if they go to your Facebook page and they see 30 reviews, or they go to Yelp and they see 45 positive reviews, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, wow, they're really, really good.
They're good.
You know, I'm not saying buy reviews. I'm not saying, you know, get fake reviews. I'm saying do an exceptional job and get good reviews. And if someone does review, you know, you reach out to a customer and say, hey, if you can give me a review, I will send you 20% off of your next order.
Or to kind of, because like we were saying earlier, you know, instead of like, you know, people don't want to go through a lot of that. So what you can do is condense everything, which this would kind of help with your follow-up and even communication. If you have their email address, email them the review, the link to your review.
Google will give you a direct review link, and you just email that to your customer and put a little note saying, hey, Sarah, we really enjoyed working with you this weekend. Can you send us a review? Now,
all they gotta do is
it may not always be what you think, because you thought you and Sarah had a good relationship, and then Sarah writes this really, really horrible review. So you want to make sure that you touch base with Sarah before you ask her for a review to make sure she's going to give you a good review. You only want 5-star reviews. If they're not going to give you a 5-star review, then don't ask for a review. You want to make sure that you're not getting a 3 and people are like, I really enjoyed them, and give you a 3-star. You're like, I thought you said you liked, you know, our company. Why did you only give me 3 stars? People don't realize how negative that looks, even though they're giving you a positive review, but they're not giving you a 5-star review. Make sure you tell them when you send them the note, can you please send me a 5-star review? Right, it's vital to give them that information so they know that that's exactly what you need.
Right.
And also, if you are on Google and you're getting 5-star reviews, that is the best search engine optimization that you can ever ask for. The more reviews you have on Google, the further up they're going to push your website, so that when people are looking for you, the people with the best reviews are the ones that appear first in the search engine.
Okay, now can we go on what I was talking about?
Now we're going to talk about outside of the box marketing. This is marketing that is affordable and great for beginners. Now go ahead.
Like I was saying,
before I cut them off.
T-shirts, something that I did not think was going to be effective. That sometimes you look at it when people are driving by and you're like, okay, and you turn your head and keep going. But a lot of times it works. She convinced me to get magnets for our car, and I've got stopped several times at the gas station. Do you do so and so? Yes, sir, I do. Oh, awesome. While they're putting my information into their phones or taking a picture of it. I haven't even given them my business card yet. But, you know, they're like, oh, okay, cool. While they're asking me that, you know, it works.
It works especially for us because we were in our car for 4 hours of the day. And if you're in the car for 4 hours of the day and you're driving around the city having basically a driving billboard, you know, no one's going to wrap their car. Like, we don't have the money for that, and that just looks crazy. You're not going to wrap your car. But having really nice magnets on the side of your car, which means you could take them off if you're going someplace nice, but having them on there as you're running errands, as you're driving around, it really does help you because which is basically a walking, a drivable business card on the side of your car. Another thing is bandit signs. I know that there's a lot of restrictions and regulations for bandit signs. A lot of times in the city of Houston, they pull them up, but people would not put them out if they were not effective. If you're in the county, they typically leave them out a lot longer. I know where we live, there's bandit signs that have been out for months, and those people are really reaping the benefits of just having a simple sign that they've had printed. Now, do not take a marker and make you a bandit sign. Have a professional sign done. Have it look nice. Make sure the font is large enough that if someone's at a stop sign, they can see it. Make sure that you have only pertinent information. Don't give the whole name of your company and your tagline and all. If you paint houses, put house painter 281 555 555. Don't put we're the best house painter and we can paint these type of things and put just what they need to see. You have just a couple of seconds. You just need them to be there long enough to write down your phone number on a scratch sheet of paper, and then they're going to call you later. And I'm telling you, this works. It absolutely works.
The rubber wristbands with your website on it.
People love promotional items. They love pins. They love mugs. Those rubber wristbands are about 50 cents if you get a lot printed, and they really, really are a great avenue for you to promote your business. Mm-hmm. And bumper stickers. I know bumper stickers are not that popular like they used to be back in the 80s and the 90s, but people love bumper stickers, especially if they're funny. Mm-hmm. Put a funny like little slogan on it and then your company information. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Any other things? Mm-hmm. Oh, this one. That's a good one.
Yeah, leaving materials in places, in restaurants, in places you know that are vital to your business, like photographer. What better place to leave your business card than a event venue
or a bridal shop?
Yeah, bridal shop. Hotels sometimes, because they have weddings there. They have events there.
Sometimes you go into restaurants at the counter, especially like in like family mom and pop companies. They'll have like a little place where you could put business cards on their counters. Ask them if you can leave your business cards there. You never know. I mean, business cards are literally like pennies on the dollar. Mm-hmm. It's not going to hurt you to leave business cards, in these little places. A lot of times you'll see real estate agents doing it.
You get everything.
A little bit of everything.
Donut shop over here by us, they have
donut shops are really good for this.
And I often, waiting on him to go get the donuts, to package them up. I, just look and see what's there and pick up something that you need.
Yeah. Another thing is creating your own audience. This is something that we've been talking a lot about in my mastermind group on Facebook. It's creating your own audience. If you're in groups and the admins of the groups are really hindering you, create your own Facebook group, not related to your business, but related to the demographic that you're trying to get. So if you know that, we'll just use the wedding industry as it for instance. If you're in the wedding industry, start your own wedding group. Mm-hmm. Brides are going to be in there. You can pitch yourself. You don't want to have a business group that says Johnny's, wedding planning face paint or whatever. That's not the kind of group that you want. You want a group that's going to say, I remodel houses, so I'm going to make a group of people that are homeowners and make it to where people who are homeowners are going to want to join this group by saying, something funny like the downfall of owning a home, or the stuff people don't tell you when owning a home. Those kind of groups to pull people in, that the way you can just pick them off like, fish in a barrel. Another thing is podcasts. Podcasts are becoming really, really popular right now. Great way of making yourself a leader in your industry, imparting your knowledge and wisdom in your industry through podcasting. Get with someone else or 2 or 3 other people in your industry that can flank you in this podcast and go for it. Also, YouTube channel. Ta-da! Starting a YouTube channel regarding either what you're doing or something related to what you're doing or something related to your industry. Just having your own unique audience for what you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We've already talked about that.
We talked about that. The Chamber of Commerce.
Another option is to join a Chamber of Commerce. I know in Houston we have over 50 chambers in the Houston area, and you want to join a Chamber of Commerce that 1 is active and 2 is going to be mutually beneficial because it's not free. This is something you're going to pay an annual fee to join. A chamber, in case you don't know, is a group of business owners who get together to develop an association, and it's usually regional, but it can also be racially subdivided. So in Houston, we have the African American Chamber of Commerce, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So if you're part of any of those minority groups, you can join that chamber, but you don't have to be a part of that minority group. I'm a part of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce. I'm not Asian American, but my interest lies in the Asian community. So I was for many years a part of the Asian Chamber of Commerce. why did you want to be a part of a chamber, they do a lot of support stuff for you. They can be referral partners for you. They can benefit your business as far as helping you with mentorship. They do workshops. They do classes. They do a lot of times fundraisers with big pockets. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of usually people who are a little more established than you are.
These are people that have businesses, not just a business. Sometimes they are businesses, but they've been in business for double-digit years. So if you've been in business maybe 2 years, why not have a relationship with someone that's been in business for 15 years to get that knowledge, to get that experience that they've had, and sometimes they'll connect you. Hey,
absolutely, they have the connections, they have the networking,
right? Exactly.
And not only that, there may be investors within that group.
Most definitely.
You may be able to pitch your services to the people in that group because they are a little bit more established than you are. They may be able to utilize your products and services, but they will also give you opportunities to showcase your products and services.
I was just about to say that, and the chamber may use your service or products, so therefore you're letting people see what you could do. Who put this event? This is very nice. Who put this event on? So and so.
Right. And they're going to be more likely to hire within when they need services than they are going to be to find people on the outside. And also, if you open a brick and mortar store in your area, they'll come out and do ribbon cutting. They have connections with local media. They'll put you in the newspaper. They'll send you. They'll put your picture in like their newsletter. They may send out to like 20 or 30, 40,000 people. Yeah. And they also have advertising opportunities as well. If you need employees, they usually have a job board. So there's a lot of great opportunities for you within these chambers. Another opportunity is
industry organizations.
If there is a union for your industry, you need to be a part of it. If there is an industry organization, you need to be a part of it. It's very important that you are networking and connecting with people within your industry.
Taking classes. You never can know enough about your craft. Stuff changes every week.
Especially technology changes.
Technology changes every hour. So, there's, and I'm going to use barbering for an example. The things that I learned when I was in high school from a barber who went to barber school, they don't do that anymore. It changes. The style changes. The technique changes. So you have to continue. You have to constantly learn stuff. I'm going to a class this weekend. Learning new things, it may be some of the same stuff I know, but you never know. There may be a couple of other new things I may learn.
And also meeting people who are just getting started, right? And networking with people who may be looking for business opportunities, who may be looking to be a second shooter for us.
Right.
So there's a lot of opportunities there for us.
Exactly.
As well. And also the Better Business Bureau. Once you are a fully established business, joining the Better Business Bureau and having that badge saying I am certified by the Better Business Bureau looks really good for your business. There are a lot of kind of steps you have to go through to do that. And I would not advise you to do that when you're first getting started. But once you're established, that's a really great kind of like a notch in your hat for you.
Industry events.
Yes. Industry events are important because once again, there's networking opportunities there, but there's also education opportunities there. When me and him were in the wedding industry, we really wanted to go to this trade show called Wedding MBA. If you're in the wedding industry, Wedding MBA is a trade show that happens every October in Vegas. We did not have an opportunity to go, but it's like a 3-day event where they have just back-to-back classes with some of the biggest, most established people in the wedding industry. And it's so just the amount of information you get. And I've known several people who said that the information they got from this took their business to the next level. But there is a trade show for every single industry, whether it's accounting, law, if you own a grocery store, whatever it is, they have trade shows specifically for you. And it's not only just the sales floor component, but also the networking and workshop component on the back end. And these are not cheap. I mean, they're not like the normal, consumer show where you're going in and you're paying $25 or $10 to get in. These are sometimes up to $1,500 to $2,000 to get into these shows. Mm-hmm. But the amount of information that you get and the number of classes you get, the contacts you make with people who are doing this on a millionaire level is why you go to these trade shows. Mm-hmm. And someone invited me to a social media trade show. I want to say it's in the next couple of months. It's going to be not in Houston area, but outside of Houston. And it was $1,500. And I'm thinking, if I had the money to go, I probably would go, because it has people who are doing social media, ghost posting, networking, telling you about the latest in social media, what's changing, what's coming down the pipe. You know, if you are doing marketing on social media, you probably need to go to this thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. The holdup is always the money, because it's like I said, it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
But sometimes it can benefit. For example, you know, doing not trade show, but vendor events, vendor opportunities. Mm-hmm. You know, let's say one of the things that I always wanted to do when we were in the wedding industry was do the bridal expo. That was like $1,500. You know,
I say this, like we said at the very top of the show, it takes money to make money. Mm-hmm. So that $1,500 investment, if you get one bride, it's paid for itself. So going to those bridal shows are really important. And also, if you sell like gifts, there's a lot of little gifting shows that a lot of churches put on during the Christmas holidays. Exactly. And then those are only $30, $40 to go. And I think it's a great opportunity for you to kind of get out there, to hone your sales pitch, to learn how to sell, you know, decorate your booth. And there's a lot of science around how to do your booth, and I'll share some of that stuff.
To get to those
larger scale shows. In Houston, we have the Nutcracker Market that has like 100,000 people that go to it over the course of the 4 days. Mm-hmm. You can't start there. But if you do something where you maybe have 200 people over the course of a weekend, or 300 people over the course of a weekend, and then build your way up to the show that's going to have 100,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Polished social media strategy.
It's really important to have a polished social media strategy, but that starts at home. Like they say, charity starts at home. Mm-hmm. What are your personal social media posts looking like? Are you posting fight videos and porn and
political,
really weird political things, unusual religious beliefs that are outside of the norm? If you think that Jesus was an alien that swooped down and built the pyramids, you may not want to share that on social media. You want to keep that to yourself.
Go ahead, believe what you believe, but you're going to drive away more people than you bring in.
Hold on, I have a question. Mm-hmm. Dee asked, have I ever vended at Discovery Green? I have not. It's a great opportunity, and it's actually very affordable. We no longer have a pack and play company. We don't have products any longer. So that's
the Discovery Green in between sometimes, and to go play and end up walking around and seeing what they have for sale.
Yeah, and we've eaten there,
eating there,
snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's a fun place, and you know, like I said, it's affordable. Mm-hmm. I want to say you can bring your own tent, or they'll provide you a tent. Bring your own tent. You can get a tent for $85 from Academy. Have someone work with you to brand your tent, to put your company information on your tent and make it look nice. Mm-hmm. You can do that with a heat press,
or either your
and make sure that your table skirt has your company name and your company logo on it. Make it look nice, because that's also a part of your branding model. Mm-hmm. But back to what we were saying about social media marketing, being mindful of your audience and the type of personal post that you post. If your audience is mostly men, you may not want to have a bunch of male bashing posts about how horrible men are, because it's going to turn them off. The same thing with women. If your audience is mostly women, you want to make sure that you're not posting things that may be offensive to women. Mm-hmm. If your audience is parents or mothers, you don't want to post a lot of negative things about single moms, things like that. You know, you just want to be mindful of what you're posting, and think about it this way. If my picture and my quote was on a billboard, would I be comfortable with my audience seeing it?
Right.
If not, then don't post it.
Right. You want to kind of keep mostly positivity on your page.
Absolutely. Lots of positive posts, inspirational things. Mm-hmm. No selfies.
Right.
Especially no selfies of your boobs. Every day. I don't need to see your boobs every single day.
Or your hairy chest dudes.
I don't want to see you in your underwear with your 6-pack every day. I understand you have a 6-pack, and I understand that you love your boxer briefs. We don't need to see that every day if you're a business owner. Unless you are specifically a, personal trainer. Get out of your bathroom, go to the gym, and post a picture of you at the gym.
There you go.
Not in your bathroom with your tongue out, talking about, hey, ladies. No.
You want me to work you out?
No. And developing content. Mm-hmm. We will have a future. We'll have a whole future thing about having a polished social media strategy and developing content. I will say very briefly, when developing content for your social media, make sure that you have a mix of articles, funny pictures, and things from you.
Right.
So you don't have to do every single thing that you post. You can find articles and kind of mix that in, but you want to post on your own social media business page daily. You don't have to post throughout the day, and you don't only want to post your products and services. You want to mix it up with other interesting articles and things that people in your demographic want to know about. Mm-hmm. So mix up your content. We'll talk about that in a future video.
Okay. Adding your products and services to sales websites.
Okay, so if you do services house related, you can add yourself to Angie's List, Home Advisor, or those type of websites. Mm-hmm. If you do something kind of small, there's a company called Thumbtack. You could do Fiverr. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to charge $5 on Fiverr. You could charge more. And there's a lot of other ones.
I can't think of the
others. I think there's ones like freelance.com or something like that. Mm-hmm. Think outside the box once again, and adding yourself to these other websites to get people to hear about you. Mm-hmm. If you're in the wedding industry, of course, Wedding Wire. They have free accounts as well as paid accounts. Don't pay for the account with Wedding Wire. Connecting with bloggers in your area that are in the industry you're in. If you're an IT person, connecting with bloggers who talk about technology, finding out how much they charge for ads on their blog, how much do they charge for, product placement or shout outs within their YouTube page, that kind of thing. They'd be surprised at how affordable that might be for the smaller bloggers.
And that goes back to what we were saying about industry referrals.
Yeah. When I was in the hair care industry, I partnered with a lot of Instagram people who had over 25,000 followers on Instagram, and it was literally like $50 for me to have them post our stuff, and I got a lot of business from that, and it was, for me, very affordable. Mm-hmm. And if you're selling products, of course, you can do Etsy. You can, if you're really, really established, you can add yourself to Amazon. There's eBay, there's Shopify. There's a lot of opportunities out there for you to get your business out there. We will talk about adding yourself to Amazon probably later, because that's a really, really lengthy process, and you've got to have you got to have your stuff together. Like, you have to have a lot of product and be able to do fulfillment for that. So we'll talk about that at a later time.
Great.
But that's pretty much all we got for you guys today. We wanted to just be with you for an hour and a half, and we're about 10 minutes out. Cedrick, what is our topic for next week?
Our topic for next week is, how do you deal with competitors that are trying to sabotage your reputation and business?
We recently spoke with a young lady who she has people who are her competitors going around leaving her negative reviews, doing negative posts online, and basically tarnishing her reputation so that people don't trust her and utilize their services instead. And if it was me, I would just sue them for libel. But, she's trying to be nice. She's trying to be cordial.
And people that post bad comments, post negative reviews, stuff like that.
Right. Maybe sometimes you have people who you've never met who just kind of trolling you, and they'll post really bad reviews. And you're just like, I don't know who this person is. I've never done business with this person. So we'll talk about how to get around that, and I hope this video was helpful. We wanted to keep it as brief as possible. We didn't really want to go too far into things, but if you have any questions about any of the different components that we talked about, please feel free to leave your questions below. We will answer them because we really want to make sure that we are answering these questions. We don't just do this because, you know, we're having fun doing it, even though it is fun doing this. We want to make sure that we are helping small business owners.
Like and share this video.
Oh yeah, share this video. See you guys. Bye.